Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking DepEd Order No. 014, series of 2022, and we're going to see exactly how the Department of Education is completely transforming the way we access basic education research. If you've ever found yourself wondering how educational policies in the Philippines are backed up by real, hard evidence, well, you are definitely in the right place.
But first, let me ask you something. Think about all that incredible, groundbreaking classroom research conducted by passionate teachers across the country every single year. What actually happens to it after it's completed, graded, and submitted? Does it just, sit in a filing cabinet somewhere gathering dust, or get lost in some random hard drive? For a really long time, the answer was, unfortunately, yes, and that is exactly the problem we're diving into today.
So to fix this exact issue, the Department of Education issued an official mandate, DepEd Order No. 014 series of 2022. This document officially kicks off a brand new, centralized digital repository. It's essentially a system designed to take all of that incredibly valuable evidence and make it widely available, really trying to foster a nationwide culture of research.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll cover 1. The need for E-Saliksik. 2. What's inside the portal. 3. Who can access what. 4. The tiers of disclosure. 5. Ensuring quality research. And finally, 6. Implementing the portal.
Okay, Section 1. The need for E-Saliksik and how it solves that archiving friction. Before we get too far into the weeds, let's just ground ourselves in a couple of terms used in the order. You're going to hear BERF a lot. That stands for the Basic Education Research Fund. Basically, it's a vital grant provided by DepEd to support its employees in doing research that aids evidence-based decision-making. And then, of course, we have E-Saliksik, short for Edukasyon Saliksik, which translates to education research. That's the actual central digital portal, the online vault designed to hold the whole shebang.
Because here's the core problem they point out right in the rationale of the policy. Despite older policies bumping up the amount of research actually being done, just getting access to that growing mountain of studies was a massive headache. The document literally notes that research archiving and utilization largely remain confined to the governance level from which they originated. Basically, without a searchable central database, a brilliant study done in one district would just stay stuck there. Researchers used to have to file formal requests just to look at a list of what was available. E-Saliksik was created to completely smash those silos.
Moving right along to Section 2. Inside the research portal, what actually goes into the vault?
The scope of E-Saliksik is honestly huge. It's not just a dusty folder for internal memos. It is mandated to host all basic education research funded by BERF. But beyond that, with the right permissions, it hosts research done in formal partnership with DepEd, like studies from development partners. It even houses independent external research as long as it's endorsed by DepEd or aligns with their priorities. Add to that all the basic education statistics, research bulletins from conferences, and even monitoring and evaluation reports of DepEd policies. It's totally designed to be your one-stop shop for evidence-based materials.
All right, Section 3. Who can access what? Let's navigate these user roles.
So the policy maps out 3 very distinct levels of access. First up, the administrator. These are the authorized folks who manage the content, the features, and all the user accounts. Then you have the uploader. Now, this one is highly restricted. Only specific personnel from the regional office and central office policy divisions get uploader accounts to submit approved content. And the policy explicitly says uploader accounts cannot be delegated to anyone else, period. Finally, there's the subscriber role. These are the stakeholders given accounts to access and read the research, and that access is being rolled out in phases.
And hey, just for your own reference, this whole content management system lives at a very specific digital address. You can check out the portal yourself online at esaliksik.deped.gov.ph. Okay, Section 4. The tiers of disclosure and protecting sensitive information. Now, obviously, not all research can be treated exactly the same when it comes to visibility. So the policy establishes 2 main tiers. First is general public disclosure. This means the full versions of the research reports are uploaded right to the portal. This is for research that has passed quality control, isn't blocked by international regulations, and where the authors have actually given their consent. In contrast, we have limited public disclosure. For these studies, only the abstracts make it onto E-Saliksik. If a researcher wants to read the full version, they have to file a formal request explaining why they need it, and that release is decided by regional or national directors.
And I think this brilliantly illustrates the strict safeguards DepEd has set up. I mean, what actually triggers a study to be classified under that limited disclosure? Well, The policy specifically lists sensitive topics to protect individuals and ethical boundaries. This includes research on things like sexual behavior, illegal activities, experiences with racism, discrimination, grief, trauma, or violence. It also protects vulnerable populations or studies tied to international regulations. It's a really thoughtful way to balance access with ethical responsibility.
On to Section 5, ensuring quality education research and setting the minimum standards.
The policy is super clear that only studies meeting minimum quality standards actually get archived. When evaluators review the completed research, they follow 3 guiding principles. First, quality research is holistic. Evaluators have to look at the completed report as a whole rather than just grading sections in isolation. Second, quality research ensues from a process. It acknowledges that the work followed a strict management cycle, from proposal to execution, with technical help along the way. And third, and I absolutely love this one, quality research is growth and development oriented. Evaluators are told to adopt a developmental mindset. The evaluation isn't just some pass-fail grade. It's a tool to help researchers understand what they can improve next time.
And finally, Section 6, implementing the portal. And who does what?
Getting a massive national portal like this off the ground takes a village, right? The Planning Service, Policy Research and Development Division, or PSPRD, is the national policy owner. They manage the overall standards and upload national-level stuff. Then the Information and Communications Technology Service, the ICTS, they handle all the actual technical development and user support. The Publications Division takes care of graphic design and getting the word out. And down on the ground, the regional offices are primarily the ones submitting the completed research from their areas and evaluating those specific requests for limited access. It's a highly coordinated machine.
And just a quick reminder, this is a formal, highly structured government initiative. If you ever want to dig into the source text of DepEd Order No. 014 yourself, it actually includes an authentication QR code so you can verify its legitimacy directly with the Department of Education.
Which brings us to the very end of today's explainer. We've seen how E-Saliksik completely breaks down those local archive walls, implements some really smart access and privacy controls, and ensures that only quality, growth-oriented research makes the final cut. So the question I want to leave you with today is this. How are you going to use this newly unlocked National Vault of Evidence? Whether you're an educator, a policymaker, or a researcher, how will you apply these findings to improve your own educational systems? Thank you so much for exploring this with me today, and as always, keep following the evidence.